So we are back in the conference room of the warden's office at High Desert State Prison. And we've had some wonderful interviews. We've got another wonderful interview coming up. So Captain Zampano is here, and he is going to be talking to us. We are really excited. So stay tuned, listen up. Here we go. Thank you very, very much for setting time aside. In fact, as you were leaving, you were actually having somebody else do something for you because I think you're on a tight time crunch. And what I notice is that custody officers, you guys have a wonderful collaboration. You help each other out. You cover for each other. You help each other out. And what I've noticed with the department is that is happening also with custody and program providers. And in an interesting way, I'm actually even seeing a far more collaborative or positive environment. Have you noticed that change in you've been a captain now for 4 years, so
Yes,
have
ma'am.
you noticed that change as well?
Yes, I have, and just a little history about myself. I've been at this institution for 22 years.
Oh gosh, no. You've been at High Desert?
For 22
When
years.
High Desert was the last stop, like the worst of the worst, when it was the dumping ground?
Yeah, at the time we were the newest institution, so
Yes.
of course we get a lot of the inmates that come in from other institutions, but from that time over the years, I've seen a lot of different progression and as we call it, the pendulum swinging in the
Yes.
department, and today I have noticed the change that you just spoke of. There's more positive programs than there ever has been, so
Yeah.
I have definitely noticed a change.
But just providing a program is nothing. That's like going to the gym and standing outside and saying, I go to the gym every day.
Not all of them are going to take advantage of what we offer, and we can't force them to take it. But there are many out there who embrace the programs and are serious about it, and you can see the changes in those people, and you can see the changes of the people that they're around. So it does make a difference, and as I said, we can't force them these programs. If they choose to do it, that's great. And the ones that do choose to do it and they're serious about it, you definitely see a big change in them.
How you word this, Captain, is very interesting because you say we. There was a time in 2005, Gogi started volunteering, offering programming to CDCR prisoners. We came from federal institutions. So we started offering, but there was never a we. Custody was custody. Programs was programs, but there was never I don't think a captain has ever said to me, we offer programming. The captain really was custody, and he kind of oversaw programming that was being offered. But how you word that is almost like custody is participating in the rehabilitation, the programming. Is that uncommon, or do most officers now believe that part of their mission and vision includes that rehabilitative aspect?
Well, this is a big change for the department, the rehabilitation
Yes.
that we have going on now. It's unprecedented. It didn't used to be that way. And of course, it takes a little while for mindsets to change. And I think with the succession of the programs or that we have at this point in time, custody staff are starting to see that it is making a difference. So the buy-in is getting stronger all the time.
So it's not a top-down, you will, but they're actually seeing it. So the buy-in isn't, I got to follow these orders, but I'm seeing some changes?
Well, and I'm not going to lie to you.
A little bit of both.
I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes there is those that push back a little bit, but eventually, they come around.
Wow.
And with the leadership, and not just my leadership, leadership of the management and the executive staff, lieutenants and sergeants, they start working on people, and we get the buy-in. And you definitely see now that we've been doing this for a while, with the new staff coming in, they're coming in with this. So that makes it a lot easier. They're learning about the rehabilitative programs when they come into the academy. So when they get here, they start seeing it. They're already in tune to it because they know about them. And that's a big change for the seasoned staff or the senior staff at the institution. Just like a lot of us, we had to get used to the change.
Sure.
And in my opinion, it really wasn't that hard to get used to because you see the positive effects.
Awesome. So what you're telling me is that in the academy, the new recruits, they're learning that, hey, part of your job is going to be to support these rehabilitative programming?
Yeah, and
Oh,
you know,
great.
in 2006, we changed to the Department of Rehabilitation,
Yes.
and prior to that, you know, we didn't have that. So even more so today, you know, they're not learning exactly what programs that we have, but the rehabilitative push is being preached in the academy,
That's great.
which makes a big difference.
So when the new officers come in, they're already of the mindset that, oh, as a corrections officer,
Yep.
I'm supportive of rehabilitative programs.
You know, and our mission has changed from the way that it used to be.
Right.
So, and now the rehabilitative program is a big part of it.
But for you personally, 22 years at High Desert, I mean, that's when it opened, right?
Yes.
So you were here when
No inmates were here.
you were here when no inmates were,
Yep.
and you watched it fill up. You watched the evolution of this institution to now, actually, for our programming, there is no finer example of perfect Gogi than High Desert State Prison.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm the captain of Facility D, and we have a large following for the Gogi program.
Yes.
And a little history as well. Traditionally, the level 4 180s are are very active, very violent, and you know, and I've seen that my whole career. And now with these rehabilitative programs coming in, I've noticed a change. Our violence on Facility D is decreased dramatically.
Really?
And it's awesome to see.
Wow.
You know, there's, and I'll give you an example. You know, there's more than just Gogi. There's a lot of programs that work on cognitive thinking.
Yeah.
And I've actually witnessed a conflict between two inmates, a verbal. One of them was in Gogi, the other one was not. And normally, yeah, and I hate to say that, but a lot of times those end up in violence.
Yes.
The Gogi member utilized his tools and
Seriously?
de-escalated the situation, and now the other inmate that he was involved with is now in Gogi.
Oh my gosh.
So
Incredible.
it makes a difference. The tools that they're learning, conflict management, it makes a difference.
Yeah. It's not only about giving them the tools. What we tell them is they need to be the solution in their communities, and we have them model that. Would you say that that was a fine example of somebody that's actually following our mandate, which is don't just you learn the tools for you. You need to be the solution in your environment. Would you say that, let's say those two guys are out on the street at the local 7-Eleven store. Do you think that that Gogi individual is more prepared to help de-escalate situations when they're in their home environment?
Absolutely.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Great.
And what I feel about the programs that we offer and Gogi is it changes their mindset from everything they grew up with.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of these guys grew up in some pretty hard neighborhoods, and they learned to survive the way that they had to learn to survive.
Sure.
And, you know, some of them weren't very nice people. And this actually changes their mindset
Oh,
to
that's so
become
cool.
the people that they need to be out in the community. So, yeah, I do believe it makes a difference.
There will be administration up in Sacramento watching this interview. Would there be anything that you would want to share that maybe you don't have an opportunity to say from your perspective, opening this place to what it is now? What would you like somebody to know from your vast experience of driving up Rice Canyon and coming in that same gate for 22 years? What would you like people to know?
Well, I'd like to say it's about time.
Really?
That we've got some of these
Awesome.
programs, because I like the way the direction the department's going. I think they're doing the right thing by bringing in these programs, and you know, the progressive thinking that they're using today
Right.
is awesome, and continue to do what we're doing.
Great.
Because I honestly do think it makes a difference for those who work inside, the inmates that live inside, and the community.
And for your career, now you're a captain now, what's the next step for you?
Correctional administrator, also known as associate warden.
An associate warden, and then finally you probably will retire as a warden some.
We'll see what happens.
We would love you to be a warden, that's for sure. We need more wardens just like you.
Thank
So
you.
congratulations on being here and seeing this and supporting Gogi as much as you do. You let the guys out into the day rooms and they're doing their Gogi. You've got in-cell Gogi, in day room Gogi. You've got Gogi ill-tags, Gogi rack classes. Your yard has just blossomed as a community of Gogi, and we want to thank you for the support you've given.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All righty.